Welcome back to Ladies of Another View. And I want to welcome our guest, Diann Cameron Kelly, PhD. So I guess we can call her Dr. Kelly. Welcome to the show, Diann.
Thank you for having me.
Diann is with Project 21, a conservative Black organization that is part of the National Center for Public Policy Research. You are also an associate professor at Adelphi University and in the Department of Social Work. So we have a lot to talk about, but we're going to start with volunteerism being the cornerstone of patriotism. Why would you say that's true?
Because one of the things about volunteerism is that you get a group of people together with a shared purpose and commitment to the oppressed, to the marginalized. And by their support, they bring humanity to those individuals. And that's why volunteerism is so important. And it allows us to see the fellow citizen who's marginalized as a human being and a contributor to the American fabric.
You know, when you talk about that, I feel like there's a lot that goes into volunteering. You know, sometimes people don't understand, but just starting volunteering, I feel like that's the step that people need to take. Would you agree with that?
It is a significant step, but I'll be honest with you, the beginning of volunteerism begins with what makes you pound the table and weep. If you can answer that question, it directs you to whom you want to assist and how you want to assist them.
So getting folks to kind of find their why and to be able to stand up. I look at a lot of people that volunteer often, and they kind of go to that ledge sometimes where they're almost at the volunteer burnout. And at that point, it's hard for them to encourage others to, take the flag and take the first step. How do we change that?
Volunteer burnout is significant, but I'll be honest with you. Organizations have a responsibility to utilize their volunteer personnel in a significant way, in a way which does not overuse them, but marshals those skills, those knowledge, that purpose in a directed manner so that the individual can see the fruit of their labor and know that they're giving back in a meaningful way. And one of the things when I started out, before I began in social work, I volunteered at a prison ministry. I beg your pardon?
Oh, I don't know. There's some distraction noise going on. So,
no problem.
Diann,
I volunteered at the Red Cross and for prison ministry. And I did not get any burnout. And that was because the staff directing the volunteers utilized us in such a way that showcased our skills, redirected our energies, made certain that we were using our efforts in a meaningful, purposeful way. And that's what organizations have to do. It's not on the volunteers to say, well, what's next for me? I've done it all. No, it's for the organization to be purposeful and directed in marshaling the efforts of that volunteer.
Yeah, I would say volunteerism is huge. We think of it as, oh yeah, go volunteer, go keep yourself busy. But in reality, it's the lifeblood of our country, in organizations, in our communities. we really rely on it. So what you're saying, Diann, makes sense, that the people that are in charge of volunteers need to respect them, to value them, and give them a positive experience. And I mean, the positive experience isn't just for the organization, but there's a lot of information out there to explain how good it is for the individual too. Matter of fact, we have some graphics kind of explaining, highlighting. There we go.
So in the Carnegie Mellon study, 200 hours of volunteering per year correlated to lower blood pressure. Other studies have also found a health benefit from as little as 100 hours of volunteering per year.
100 a year isn't that long.
Yeah. No.
Volunteering helps you stay physically healthy, and studies have found that those who volunteer have lower mortality rates than those who do not. Older volunteers tend to walk more, find it easier to cope with everyday tasks, are less likely to develop high blood pressure, and have better thinking skills. That's all true.
Think that graphic was rich because it really signifies the benefits of volunteerism.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. And I thought a lot of people, maybe they're hesitant, but once you jump in,
Yes.
I think we've all had that experience. Once you start something, it's like, hey, not only is this not so bad, but I'm enjoying it, and it can be life-changing.
And you're part of something bigger.
Yes. And you know, your life has value, and you're helping other people. When you make a difference in other people's lives, you make a difference in your own life. When we come back, I came across a story of I think she's a 12-year-old girl in North Dakota who won a Volunteer of the Year award, and she's just delightful. So stay with us. We'll be right back.